Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good day, Rafi Chowdhury. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
Yeah, it's really nice outside. Probably around 60 or 70 degrees. Can't complain too much.
Love it, love it, love it. So, my friend, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
Sure. So I basically do one of three, pretty much focusing on three things right now. The first being that I'm a digital marketing consultant that works with startups. I help them with their online marketing and their PR. I also created a social networking website that looks to connect and sort of engage college students so they would share more hints, tips, tricks, and solutions with each other throughout their college experience. And finally, I also sell health and beauty related products on Amazon.
It seems as though everything you're doing has the one branding of improving others' lives.
That's correct. All of them seek to somehow improve their life or their experience or give them more exposure to things that they're interested in.
Interesting. So who did you learn that from? Who in your family or who in your circle of influence does that, where they focus on, helping others improve in different aspects of their life?
Yeah, absolutely. So my immediate family, there are no entrepreneurs. My dad has always had just a regular job. He's doing some really cool things, but he does project management and things like that. My mom teaches. I don't know if there is any sort of like entrepreneurial spirit or anything like that I got. A lot of my uncles on my dad's side of the family have their own businesses in Bangladesh, which is where I was born and raised till I was 11. But I'm not sure how much of an impact that might have had on me. What really motivated me is pretty much, that I knew like there was no other choice for me pretty much. Education, going down the straight path of education to a PhD just didn't sound that appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I pretty much knew from early on that, if I don't make money, I don't have anything because my parents, they're not rich. So I naturally had this sort of like internal motivation to try to do as best as I can in terms of my financial situation. So once I graduated college, I decided instead of going to get a master's or an MBA, just to try my hand at business and consulting and see what I can make out of it. And that's pretty much how I got into it.
Interesting. So why will you continue now that you've been doing this, especially since you're doing three different things, right? Is there a choice as to the one that you would give full focus, or do you continue doing even more?
Yeah. So there are in very different stages. The digital marketing is the most mature one of the three things that I'm doing right now. I've been doing that for about 3 years now. And so My Campus Hacks, which is the social networking website, we launched about two years ago. And we basically took it down. And then now this is a project that just kind of surfaced again because I've been able to create a polished MVP. We're at the stage where we're trying to get into an incubator at this point. So that's still very like a tech-based startup that's kind of just out there. It's still, in its very early phases. So that one doesn't take up that much time besides just kind of networking right now and just trying to figure out which incubator would be best for us. Amazon is still in its early stage for us. I just joined my partner. He has a lot of experience selling on Amazon, but this nut company is brand new. We just formed it about 4 months ago. And we have yet to launch our first product into the market. So it's still very, very early on. And to answer your question, if I were to pick any one of the three, definitely it would be Amazon because it has the highest potential of all three.
Interesting. Share with me one thing you've done consistently over the past 3 years, Rafi.
I've consistently done marketing over the past 3 years, whether it's for my two startups that I talked about or helping other people's startups or their companies. It's always been trying to take anything that's on the web and give as many eyeballs or potential relevant eyeballs to it as I potentially can. And that is what I do best.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel pretty good. Just kind of like it's almost like a skill set that not a lot of people actually, even like marketers, a lot of times struggle with it. Just understanding how to get traffic from search engines or how to actually build a community around your product or your brand on social media. It's a new and coming idea. A lot of people with social media, everything changed, and so you almost have to create new paradigms and new dynamics in order to be able to reach those target audiences. And thankfully, I've always been up to date, reading and educating myself and learning from others. So I feel pretty good about that.
That's awesome, man. Why would you suggest someone do what you've done by being that person that seems to be, like bobbing and weaving and learning and growing?
So if you're in the tech space, you'd pretty much have to do that just because it's shifting and changing so quickly. What's working today is probably not going to work tomorrow. And so everything is becoming very much concentrated around what is working now. And are you on the top of that? Is your finger on the pulse? Which I like it. I really enjoy dynamic environments, and I enjoy learning very quickly in a fast-moving industry. So for me, it works out great. For people that are not like that, they would like to master their craft and stay in it and do the same thing for many, many years and get really good at it. Online marketing or anything on the internet really probably wouldn't be a good fit for them.
Yeah, I could see that. It moves really fast.
It does.
It does. So if someone wants to connect with you and your services to help them, what's the best way for them to do that?
My website, which is rafichowdhury.com, my first and last name.com.
Wonderful. And let's spell Chowdhury for them. It's CHOW, like Chow.
Yeah, so that's spelled RAFI.
Right.
And then my last name is spelled CHOWD as in dog, HURY.com.
Wonderful. Hey, my friend, let's switch gears for a bit now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Rafi, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory in general would probably be... Sorry, 1 second. I would say just playing with nature. So I was born and raised in Bangladesh until I was 12 years or 11 years old. So from very early on, I was very intrigued by like house sparrows that used to come into our house and build their nests. I used to raise them. So one of the first memories I have is just kind of being really amazed by all of these sparrows that were coming into our house. I was also very intrigued by these very unique moths that you can find in Bangladesh that have characteristics like butterflies, but they're moths also at the same time. They like eat like rotten foods and things like that on the ground, and then they come into the light at night. So I spent a lot of time just studying those kind of insects and things like that.
How old do you think you were?
I started probably when I was like 5.
Wow. Why do you think this memory in particular is so clear? Which is first, the one with the moths or the memory with the sparrows?
I would say the moths, because those things, I mean, when you're a kid, you just kind of see something fluttering around, and they used to just come into the house at night and then flutter around the light. So that was one of the first things that caught my attention in general in nature. So I would say probably that. I've been playing around with those things for a long time.
So why do you think this memory in particular is so clear?
Just because it's something that I actually stuck with for a long time. I went on to just basically raise butterflies and things like that.
Wow.
And so like in Bangladesh, even like around the time when I was born, like video games and things like that weren't really a thing. I mean, I might have had like a small toy car or something like that, but mostly people played it with nature. So for me, it made total sense, and that's the only thing that I had available. So it's the clearest memory that stuck with me.
It's pretty intriguing to me how you are the person who is now understanding what it takes to attract something. Just like that light was attracting the moth.
Yeah, and you know what's really interesting is that not even scientists have been able to show why moths are attracted to light.
Wow. And here you are, you said even marketing professionals, specialists have challenges doing what you're doing online.
Yeah. So if we talk about online marketing, yes, there definitely professionals do have challenges, just because like just like with the moth scenario, you just don't know what works and what doesn't work. Sometimes you just have to try a lot of things. And I think the most successful marketers are the ones that have just tried so many split tests, that have run so many campaigns. They kind of have a gut feeling for what might and might not work just from their crystallized knowledge or crystallized intelligence in that domain.
Love it. It's amazing how that connects, right?
Yeah.
You with the math and you with the marketing.
both cases, I had to kind of learn the ropes just by trying different things.
Exactly. You know, where you were always fascinated with it, and that's the reason you stick and stay true to it, which is very impressive. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Favorite song when I was 12 years old? Let's see. Ooh, that's a hard one. I would probably say at 12, I was already in the US, and I was very intrigued by this song my uncle used to play in the car. I think it's called I Love You Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel.
There we go. Say that again, Rafi.
I was asking, do you know that song?
Yes, I do, my friend. Alright, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. Rafi, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
No.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
No.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
More.
Rafi, this was a great pleasure, my friend. Before you leave, is there anything you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, the only thing that I can leave you guys with is that, you know, this is the piece of advice or thing that I've kind of learned about life, is that it's a very short amount of time and you have to really make most out of it. And not everything is worth chasing after, as at least I have learned. So figure out the things that you can realistically achieve that's going to give you the most satisfaction, and then spend the rest of your time building lifelong relationships around the people that matter the most to you. That's pretty much it.
Simple but so effective. Rafi Chowdhury, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much, Angel. I really enjoyed it.
Amazing audience. Before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books, The ABCs of Diabetes for Children and Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes, then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.